in Grand Bahama. Is PHA, our hospitals and clinics, are they ready?
Well, let me begin, Daryl, first by saying thank you so much for allowing me to be on the show this morning to provide some information for our Bahamian public and any updates that we are able to share during the time that I am here. I would like to say, just for, as a means of clarifying, the Public Hospitals Authority is not responsible for the clinics in Abaco. However, there is the relationship that we have with them. For instance, ahead of the storm, we would have ensured that they got all of the medical supplies they needed. So things like pharmaceuticals, those work out of the gate very, very quickly. And that's separate and apart from any medication they receive to service the communities that they're in any event. What I am told by the administrator for the family healthcare clinics in the clinics rather in the Family Islands, Ms. Charlene Bain, is that there's a public health clinic that is open for 24 hours in Marsh Harbor.
Okay, this is the main clinic right across from Evergreen Mortuary there on the circle.
Right, there's a 24-hour run of the public health clinic there, and that will continue to be open to service any needs of the community. Also in the Keys, and so I think of Keys like Green Turtle Key, the persons there requiring emergency assistance for medical needs can liaise with the police.
What is emergency?
The clinic may be closed, but the access is not limited. The nurse is there, the doctor is there. So I'm sure that in
these... They pretty much live there.
Exactly, this is where they live. And you know, in these small communities, people know the nurse and the doctor even on a personal level. So I'm sure that a lot of that is still going on, even in Abaco. I'm sure that's going on in North Eleuthera. People are going to make those rounds and be in place for anyone they can assist.
Let's go back to Abaco, and we're going to make an announcement. In fact, the Minister of Education, Jeffrey Lloyd, will be here in our studio. Dundas Town, Murphy Town, Marsh Harbor kind of make up one big metropolitan city area, if you will. We had an opportunity to speak to Dante Cornish, who is actually in Dundas Town. Now, being a former media person, you know who Silbert Mills is.
Yes, I do.
He has BCN on a little ridge there in Dundas Town and Radio Abaco. Dante Cornish is 3 houses down from Radio Abaco. He has about 40 people in his house because it is on a ridge, so to speak, and they are hunkering down. The shutters are up. They are ready. They are waiting. Dante, by the way, is one of the office administrators for Evergreen Mortuary, which is near the clinic in the main Marsh Harbor area. They are very, very concerned, but what do? You pray. You find some activity to relieve the anxiety and in some cases anger, and you just try to ride out the hurricane. With winds now, I understand, of 180 miles an hour, with gusts up to 200 miles an hour. It doesn't matter if you have hurricane clips, well, it matters a little bit, but I think all of the structures are likely to be compromised. And as you go further north from Treasure Key, where Sandy Banks is, you have Blackwood, you know Abaco, you have Fire Road, you have Cooperstown, you have Cedar Harbor and Wood Key, all on the coast. Some of our islands are narrow, but we seem to gravitate toward the coast to see the water. Well, in the Keys themselves, the barrier keys of the Abacos, that is not good because they are mostly sandbars that are there. We are talking, for example, about Hope Town, where the Alburies and the Sands and the Baynards live. They should have been evacuated already. If not, you go to Manawaki, where the Alburies and the Eatons and the few Millers and the Tinders live. They should have evacuated already. Guana Key, Baker's Bay, the big development. One of our former general managers, Edwin Lightbourne, and his wife are there, along with, I think, Mr. Marshall and others. I would say maybe it's too late.
Traffic to the man, over. This is Alpha Charlie 0. Here's Alpha Charlie 0. What I'm going to do is help various necessary put out a couple of our powerful windows, and then I'm going to read the latest weather information. Julia, is that all right? Copy Alpha Charlie 0, Mike Newman. It says, Whiskey 6, Lima, Mike, Julia. Do all your break. This is Whiskey 6, Lima. With a hurricane watching us. In the Bahamas, stations in the path of Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas, stations in the Bahamas, please Lima, Mike, Julia. Now listening for EOCs on the eastern in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. EOC stations, if you can hear me, please call. Whiskey 6, Lima. I hear no response. Back to next. W6LMK. Came out a couple of days ago. Information. Presently, is located out. Freeport, Bahamas Island, and about 105 miles east of West Palm Beach, Florida. Maximum speed is 140 miles per hour. Present movement, stationary. Minimum physical pressure, 942 millibars, or 27.82 inches. Break notified. This is Alpha Charlie Zero, Mike Lima for the Hurricane Watch Net. Are there any stations with any emergency traffic, or are there any stations in the affected area of Hurricane Dorian? Over. This is Alpha Charlie Zero, Mike Lima for the Hurricane Watch Net. Continuing with Hurricane Dorian, the intermediary advisory number 38 Alpha. Washington warning changes. It's advisory now. Here's a summary of Washington warnings in effect. A storm surge warning is in effect for Montana, Florida, south of Bahamas, Georgia. A storm surge watch is in effect for north of Cedar Beach, Florida, to the south of Montana, Florida. Omaha Sound, Georgia, to South Tennessee River, South Carolina. Hurricane warning is in effect for Grand Bahamas and the Alabama Islands of the northwestern Bahamas, and Jupiter Inlet, Florida, to Ponte Vedder Beach, Florida. Hurricane watch is in effect now. This is Alpha Charlie Zero, Mike Lima, the Hurricane Watch Net. Are there any stations with any type of traffic or any stations in the affected area of Hurricane Dorian? Over. Probably a copy of the info. Nothing heard. Let's call for EOC or shelter stations. Any station operating in EOC or a shelter or with a governmental agency. Wishing to check in with the net for police call. For any quote-unquote official stations, EOC, shelter, or other agency stations, please call the Hurricane Watch Net. And I can hear any station in the path of the storm in the east coast, southeast coast in Florida, or eastern seaboard stations that we don't already have in our database, so I'll give us a call as soon as we need to. This is the Hurricane Watch Net. Hurricane Dorian is finally moving again. Dangerous winds, life-threatening storm surge continues on Grand Bahama Island. In the meantime, wind gusts to 130 miles per hour, with a strong surge of 10 to 15 feet. Over Bahamas Island through much of today. Wind gusts to tropical storm force are now occurring along the crazy coast of Florida. A weather forecast is Jensen Beach reported a wind gust of 46 miles per hour. At noon, the location of the storm, figure 27.2 north, figure 78.6 west. That's about 4-5 at 45 miles north of Freeport and about 105 miles east of Fort Pierce, Florida. Present sustained winds are 110 miles per hour, 110, and the present movement is to the northwest at a bearing of 320 degrees and a forward motion of 2 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 958 millibars, or figures 28.29 inches. Our primary concern is today, as the storm begins to move away from the Bahamas, is making contact with any station that's available from there to get status reports and pass any emergency traffic that might be necessary. So if you are a Charlie 6 or any station in the Bahamas area, please give us a call now. This is the Hurricane Watch message.
Before continuing, let's take another quick standby. Do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net at this time? Please call Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Are there any stations operating under emergency or portable conditions, such as EOCs or shelters with traffic for the net at this time? Let's ask also, do we have any stations with low power, portable, or mobile installations in the affected area that could check in at this time? Over. All right, this is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. We now have 42 posted, and we'll go through that, taking periodic breaks for any emergency traffic, and we'll also ask for repeats or fills if anybody needs any help that's having a difficult time copying. Hurricane Dorian Intermediate Advisory number 42 Alpha, of course, from the National Weather Service National Hurricane Center in Miami at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight, Tuesday, September 3rd. Dorian is lashing the central Florida East Coast, and the summary is as follows. Location is 28.1 north, 78.8 west. That puts Dorian about 110 miles or 180 kilometers east of Cape Canaveral, Florida. The maximum sustained winds at this time are 110 miles per hour. That's 175 kilometers per hour. Present movement is northwest or 235 degrees, 325 degrees at 6 miles per hour, or 9 kilometers per hour. Minimum central pressure is 959 millibars. 959 millibars. That's 28.32 inches. Right, more to follow. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee continuing with watches and warnings. There have been no changes in this area with this advisory, but we will do a repeat for any stations that are new to the channel tonight. The storm surge warning is in effect for Jupiter Inlet, Florida, to Surf City, North Carolina. A storm surge watch is in effect for north of Surf City, North Carolina to Gusts, North Carolina. Also for Pamlico and Albemarle Sound, and for the Neuse and Pamlico River. A hurricane warning is in effect for Sebastian Inlet, Florida to Point Verde Beach, Florida, and north of Savannah River to Surf City, North Carolina. A hurricane watch is in effect for north of Point Verdra Beach, Florida to Savannah River, also north of Surf City, North Carolina to North Carolina, Virginia border, and including Albemarle and Pamlico Sound. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Grand Bahama and the Abacos Islands in the northwestern Bahamas, also north of Point Verdra Beach, Florida to Savannah River, and also for Jupiter Inlet, Florida to Sebastian Inlet, Florida. Continuing, a tropical storm watch is in effect for the North Carolina, Virginia border to Cheekee, Virginia. Somebody probably needs to correct me on that. And the Chesapeake Bay from Smith Point southward. A storm surge warning means there is a danger of life-threatening inundation from rising waters moving inland from the coastline during the next 36 hours in the indicated locations. For a depiction of areas at risk, please see National Weather Service Storm Surge Watch Warning graphic available at hurricane.gov. This is a life-threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Please promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local authorities. Break. More to follow. A storm surge watch means there is a possibility of life-threatening inundations from rising water moving inland from the coastline in the indicated locations during the next 48 hours. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A watch is typically issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds. Conditions that make outside preparation, these are conditions that make outside preparation difficult or dangerous. Break. More to follow. Let's just talk about hazards affecting land here briefly. Wind tropical storm conditions will continue on Grand Bahama Island along the Treasure Coast and along the Treasure Coast of Florida for a few more hours. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin within the tropical storm warning area in North Florida and Georgia late tonight or early Wednesday. Hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the hurricane warning area in Florida overnight, and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Please promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local authorities. Break. More to follow. A storm surge watch means there is a possibility of life-threatening inundations from rising water moving inland from the coastline in the indicated locations during the next 48 hours. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A watch is typically issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds. Conditions that make outside preparation, these are conditions that make outside preparation difficult or dangerous. Right, more to follow. Let's just talk about hazards affecting land here briefly. Wind tropical storm conditions will continue on Grand Bahama Island along the Treasure Coast and along the Treasure Coast of Florida for a few more hours. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin within the tropical storm warning area in North Florida and Georgia late tonight or early Wednesday. Hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the hurricane warning area in Florida overnight. Tropical storm conditions will begin within the hurricane warning area in the Carolinas on Wednesday, with hurricane conditions by Wednesday night. Break. More to follow. Continuing with hazards affecting land. Storm surge. Water levels should very slowly subside on Grand Bahama Island and the Abacos Islands throughout the night. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. The combination of a dangerous storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above ground somewhere in the indicated areas of peak surge occurring at the time of high tide. Savannah River to Cape Lookout, North Carolina. The surge could reach 4 to 7 feet. Volusia, Brevard County line, Florida to Savannah River. The surge could reach 3 to 5 feet. For Cape Lookout, North Carolina to Duck, North Carolina, including Pamlico and Albemarle Sound and the Neuse and Pamlico Rivers, the surge could reach 3 to 5 feet. And for Jupiter Inlet, Florida, to Volusia, Brevard County line, Florida, the surge 2 to 4 feet. That's 2 to 4 feet. Water levels could begin to fall well in advance of the arrival of strong winds. The surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Surge-related flooding depends on how close the center of Dorian comes to the coast and can vary greatly over short distances. For information specific to your area, please see products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office. Rainfall. Dorian is expected to produce the following rainfall totals through Friday. Northwestern Bahamas, an additional 1 to 3 inches, and isolated storm totals over 30 inches of rain. Coastal Carolinas can expect 5 to 10 inches with isolated areas of 15 inches. Atlantic coast from Florida Peninsula south to West Palm Beach through Georgia and across southeast Virginia, rainfall could reach 3 to 6 inches. Just a reminder, this rainfall may cause life-threatening flash floods. Break. More to follow. Large swells will affect the northwestern Bahamas and the entire southwestern United States coast from Florida through North Carolina during the next several days. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather office. And one final warning, tornadoes. A tornado or two are possible near the immediate coast of Florida during the next several hours. The risk will shift to along the immediate coast of Georgia and the Carolinas on Wednesday and Thursday. That completes advisory 42 Alpha. The next complete advisory will be this evening at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Do we have any stations that need additional information or fills? Over. Any relays? Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, I just want to extend a big thank you to those who are helping on the net tonight, the relays and the scribes, and anyone monitoring with the Hurricane Watch net. Thank you for your time and your dedication. We certainly appreciate it. Out. Okay, this is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. The first station I heard was NP2 Bravo. John, go ahead, please.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that you're coming here beautifully, so you're covering the affected area quite well. And here in the villages, which is about due west, over a little over 100 miles. It's calm and no rain, and you never know that everything out there. And I've sent a report in the way you normally do it, so no need to do anything. Just thought I'd let you know, and keep up good work.
Okay, John, in November Papa 2 Bravo, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, thank you very much. Yeah, you have a very nice big wind upstate South Carolina tonight as well. I'll clear with you, and I heard a Kilo 9 Echo Alpha, I believe. Please fill if I missed some of it, over. This is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Do I have a relay on that station? I copied Kilo 9 Kilo Echo Alpha, I think in Wisconsin, and then we had a fade. I missed everything else. Anyone copy that station? Over. Roger. Kilo 9 Kilo Echo Alpha. I believe you said you've been monitoring all day. No traffic. We appreciate you monitoring. You may be hearing something from time to time that we don't. If you do hear something we're not copying, please break in and let us know. We thank you for that. Kilo 9 Kilo Echo Alpha, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, break with you. I heard another station in there. Can you repeat your call, please, sir? Kilo Tango 3 Tango. There's a familiar call. I believe we spoke last night. Go ahead. All right, so we'll keep your ear to the ground. Let's see. We're going to be, of course, the priority is stations out of the affected area, even where the hurricane has passed, especially. I don't believe we're hearing any stations from the Bahamas yet, but we certainly are looking forward to hearing from them. And just let us know if you hear something, okay?
Yes, I'll also from time to time down on 80 meters, check anything in close, because 40's gone pretty long for me down here.
All right, Kilo Tango 3 Tango, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, clear with you. Out. November November 4, Papa Lima Romeo, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, go. Okay, let me see if either of my scribes are copying you. Brad, are you copying November 4 Papa Lima Romeo? Over.
Kilo 4 Bravo Yankee, B3MXJ. I have a nice copy on him, Dan. He's a little bit in and out, but I'll definitely do the best I can for copying him.
Okay, Brad, Victor Echo 3, Mike, X-Ray Juliet. I'll go ahead and take his weather information. We'll get it in one way or another. N4 Papa Lima Romeo, East Orlando. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, thanks again. I appreciate you taking this. Right now, QSL, 75 degrees north-northeast, 7, gust to 15, and barometer is 29.68. Is that correct, over? All right, so I should have your name written down, but I don't. I'll look that up in a minute. We'll get you logged again. I know you've been giving us weather reports, I think, for the last couple of days. So, again, we appreciate your time and your willingness to help us out. Anything further? Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Oh, yes, that sounds familiar with that particular call, Shane. Thank you very much, and pardon my old person memory here. Hi. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, clear with November 4, Papa Lima Romeo. Out. Let's take another standby for any emergency or priority traffic for the net this evening. Please call Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Okay, continuing, are there any stations operating under emergency or portable conditions at this time? Over. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, continuing, are there any net members on frequency who wish to check in at this time who have not done so? Your call sign, please. Okay, I'm hearing nothing, any relays. Okay, nothing heard. Once again, this is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee for the Hurricane WatchNet. We are now calling for reporting stations within the affected areas of Hurricane Dorian with weather data. For the National Hurricane Center, we've had a number of reports in the last hour or two. Are there any news stations who have not reported recently? Please call Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Or Papa Lima Romeo, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, go. Okay, let me see if either of my scribes are copying you. Brad, are you copying November 4 Papa Lima Romeo? Over.
Kilo 4 Bravo Yankee, B3MXJ. I have a nice copy on him, Dan. He's a little bit in and out, but I'll definitely do the best I can for copying him.
Okay, Brad, Victor Echo 3, Mike, X-Ray Juliet. I'll go ahead and take his weather information. We'll get it in one way or another. N4 Papa Lima Romeo, East Orlando. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, thanks again. I appreciate you taking this. Right now, QSL, 75 degrees north-northeast 7, gust of 15, and barometer is 29.68. Is that correct, over? All right, so I should have your name written down, but I don't. I'll look that up in a minute. We'll get you logged again. I know you've been giving us weather reports, I think, for the last couple of days. So, again, we appreciate your time and your willingness to help us out. Anything further? Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Oh, yes, that sounds familiar with that particular call, Shane. Thank you very much, and pardon my old person memory here. Hi. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, clear with November 4, Papa Lima Romeo. Out. Let's take another standby for any emergency or priority traffic for the net this evening. Please call Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Okay, continuing, are there any stations operating under emergency or portable conditions at this time? Over. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, continuing, are there any net members on frequency who wish to check in at this time who have not done so? Your call time, please. Okay, I'm hearing nothing, any relays. Okay, nothing heard. Once again, this is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee for the Hurricane WatchNet. We are now calling for reporting stations within the affected areas of Hurricane Dorian with weather data. For the National Hurricane Center, we've had a number of reports in the last hour or two. Are there any news stations who have not reported recently? Please call Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. I copied November 4, Uniform Tango, Quebec. This is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. Go ahead. Okay, I believe you checked in with us yesterday, as I recall. I don't have your name right in front of me. You might pass that along. But Merritt Island and light rain. Go ahead. Okay, I think you said your name was Paul. Let us know if you get any significant changes, and we'll note and we'll log those as well. Anything further, Paul? You took a fade, but I did get your name as Keith, and I think you said it's November 4, Uniform Tango, Quebec. Is that yourself? Roger, Keith, thank you very much. Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, clear with N4 UTQ. Out. Was that a Whiskey 1 Hotel Quebec? Go ahead. Hotel Quebec Lima, is that correct? Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee, is there anyone else copying Steve? I did not note his location, although I can look it up, obviously. Let's all take a listen again. Steve, again, I missed your location. Go ahead, please. Okay, Homestead. Homestead, I copied that time, Steve, 20 miles north of Miami. Very good. Do you have any significant weather to report from there, Steve? Go ahead. Okay, Roger, Steve, on your barometric pressure. Very good. Thank you very much, and we'll appreciate you taking the time to give us a holler, and we'll possibly talk to you again soon. This is Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee out. Okay, Kilo Fox 4 Bravo Yankee. I've had the mic for a long time here from the same location, South Carolina. Let's take another station that's located some distance from me to take a few calls, if you would, please. Brad, Victor Echo 3, Mike X-Ray Juliet. Could you make a few calls, Brad, over?
Kilo 4 Bravo Yankee, V3MSP. Yeah, not a problem, Stan, not a problem. Give your voice a rest. Real quickly, I'll put that information, that weather info, into the weather report, but I guess I shouldn't send it to the Hurricane National Center, or should I? Over.
Brad, if it's from the affected area, I thought we were sending to the National Hurricane Center through the weather logger, but if it's not affected area, then I think we just keep the copy ourselves. And Jay, you may need to correct me on that, over.
I see he's got it down here. Do not send. Okay, so we just fill it out and then just kept the copy there. Okay, I wasn't quite sure, and I'd rather ask and just go ahead and do it than make a mistake, over. Okay, this is Victor Echo 3, Mike X-Ray Julia, relay for the relay net control for the Hurricane Watch Center. At this time, we search any stations with emergency or priority traffic to the net, over. Do I have any relays? Are there any stations operating under emergency or portable conditions such as EOCs or shelters with traffic to the net? Portable mobile stations in the affected area of Hurricane Dorian. Outside phone, please, over. Do you have any relays, over? Okay, this is Victor Echo 3, Mike X-Ray Julia, relay net control for the Hurricane Watch Center. We are now calling for any reporting stations within the affected area of Hurricane Dorian with any weather data for the National Hurricane Center, over. Do I have any relays? Okay, do I have any stations in the affected area from Hurricane Dorian? Any stations from the Bahamas that have been affected by the hurricane? Or any stations on the coast of Florida that are being affected by Hurricane Dorian? Please cover the call sign only, over. And do I have any relays in any stations wanting to report information from the hurricane, over? Okay, this is Victor Echo 3, Mike X-Ray Juliet, relay that's the goal for the Hurricane West now. Taking any stations with or without traffic. Please, over. Whiskey Oscar 2 Charlie, VE3MSJ, can I get your name, location, and traffic to the net, over? Signal 5 by 9 up into Thunder Bay, Ontario, and I put you down as monitoring. Over. Okay, Ray, I'll let you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate your monitoring for us. And of course, if you hear something we don't, especially a station in the affected area of Hurricane Dorian, please don't hesitate to yell relay or something at us to get our attention. So with that, have yourself a great evening, and thanks for being there. Hey, it's the Oscar 2 Charlie. And we'll continue looking for any stations which will check into the Hurricane West with or without traffic. Okay, station ending in kilowatt, please stand by. And Victor Echo 3, Fox Charlie X-ray, V3MSJ. Can I get your name, location, and any traffic to the net, over? V3FTX, this is Victor Echo 3, Mike X-ray Julia. Name is Brad up in Thunder Bay. You're 5 by 9, over. Okay, Fred, very good. Thank you very much. I'm going to let you go. I've got some other stations trying to check in. So, check in the log, and we'll put you down as monitoring. If you hear somebody we don't, please don't hesitate to give a yell, over. Okay, thank you. Is there a station trying to check in with ending in kilo? Go ahead, over. Okay, that's probably the one I heard. Alpha 4, Kilo. This is VE3MSJ. Name here is Brad. Can I get your name, location, any traffic, or anything for the net tonight? Over. Okay, Joe, you're kind of fading in and out a little bit. Could I just get the QTH? Just your QTH, over. What state are you in, over? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I got it that time, South Carolina. Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Well, stay safe. And we'll put you down as your monitoring. You didn't have any weather for us yet, did you? Over. No, that's not a problem. Any information we get, whether it's little or large, is a big help. So thank you very much for being there. Stay safe. And of course, you hear something we don't, as far as anybody, especially somebody from the affected areas of the Bahamas, please don't hesitate to give us a shout. 73. Clear with Alpha 4 Kilo. Okay, everyone please stand by. I'll be giving it back to our net controller. This is VE3MXK relayed net control to the Hurricane Watchman. Check in with ending in Kilo. Go ahead, over. Yeah, that's probably the one I heard. Alpha 4 Kilo. This is VE3MXJ. Name here is correct. Can I get your name, location, any traffic, or anything for the next tonight? Over. Okay, Joe, you're kind of fading in and out a little bit. Could I just get the QTH? Just your QTH, over. What state are you in, over? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I got it that time, South Carolina. Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Well, stay safe. And we'll put you down as you're monitoring. You didn't have any weather for us yet, did you? Over. No, that's not a problem. Any information we get, whether it's little or large, is a big help. So thank you very much for being there. Stay safe. And of course, you hear something we don't, as far as anybody, especially somebody from the affected areas of the Bahamas, please don't hesitate to give us a shout. 73. Clear with Alpha 4 Kilo. Stand by. I'll be giving it back to our net controller. This is VE3MXK relayed net control to the Hurricane Watchman. South Carolina. And I just want to check in with the staff and I don't so much take this opportunity to the other net controlling with a big shout out and
Heartfelt congratulations and thank you for being there and running the equipment you had. Most of you are able to punch through the long propagation of science. You're a real lifeline, and we're going to respond the effort of your equipment there. And I, for one, as an individual, would like to take getting more out here in the affected area. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for MI.
Yes, name is Fred. We have approximately 40 mile an hour sustained winds. We've received in the past hour another half-inch of rain. QTH is Hempstead, North Carolina. I am 5 miles north of Wilmington, North Carolina, and I am 6/10 of a mile from the Intercoastal Waterway. Yes, probably winds at 40 miles per hour and probably gusts to at least 50 or 55.
Roger, this is Norway Charlie 4 Sierra. Name is Gary in Southport, St. James area of North Carolina. Winds are 60 miles an hour. Heavy rain. Absolutely. No doubt about that. I'm scurrying down inside in the Radio Shack here. Not a problem. We'll see how it goes an hour or two and see if I can give you any further updates. And we're right there.
hurricane conditions. Winds 65 to 85 miles per hour to the north after midnight. Friday, tropical storm conditions expected with hurricane conditions possible. Cloudy with showers likely in the morning, then partly cloudy with a chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s. Northwest winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Diminishing to 30 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 35 miles per hour in the afternoon. For the following coastal wind, Here, North Carolina, at 7:59 p.m. Hurricane warning in effect. Hurricane conditions. East wind 70 to 80 knots to the northwest after midnight. Gusts up to 105 knots. East 14 subsiding to 10 to 13 feet. Showers with isolated thunderstorms. Visibility 1 to 3 nautical miles. Friday, tropical storm conditions expected with hurricane conditions possible. Northwest winds 40 to 50 knots with gusts up to 55 knots. Diminishing to 25 to 30 knots with gusts up to 30 knots in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 8 feet. Hurricane warning in effect. The strong wind will knock down trees and radiant structures and cause power outages. Storm surge impacts are unfolding with Hurricane Dorian. Inundation of 2 to 3 feet above ground is expected from the Yankee roads into coastal northeast North Carolina today. Inundation of 1 to 2 feet is possible north of Hampton Roads and along the eastern shore. Large breaking waves will likely result in moderate to significant beach erosion and ocean overwash along the coast of southeast Virginia and northeast North Carolina. Vulnerable areas could experience erosion and multiple high tides on the coast. Very dangerous marine conditions are expected to be 12 to 20 feet and potentially higher. A high threat of recurrence will continue for all area beaches and it is advised to stay out of the water. Heavy rainfall for Dorian will continue through this afternoon, especially across far southeast Virginia and far northeast North Carolina. Many areas in this region are in front flash flood warning at this time. An additional 2 to 4 inches of rain is possible through this afternoon, exacerbating the flood conditions. The 2 p.m. area weather observations. At north, light rain and fog. Temperature 70 degrees, dew point 70, relative humidity 90%. Wind north, 22 miles per hour, gusting to 40. Pressure 29.57 inches and rising. At Virginia Beach, light rain and fog at 72. Wind north, 23 miles an hour, gusting to 38. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Hampton Roads in northeast North Carolina this afternoon. Shows locally heavy rainfall possible. Very windy with highs in the mid-70s. North winds 30 to 40 miles an hour with gusts up to 65 miles an hour. Chance of rain near 100%. Here are the marine and buoy reports for 2 p.m. across the lower Chesapeake Bay and coastal waters. All wave and swell heights are in feet. Wave and swell periods are in seconds. Potomac River buoy air temperature was 70. The wind was north at 21 knots gusting to 31. Cove Point air temperature was 69. The wind was north at 23 knots gusting to 33. Buoy 64 nautical miles east of Virginia Beach air temperature was 72. Wave height 17 feet. Wave area 12. The wind was north at 54 knots gusting to 68.